Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
The DOJ releases the bounty on President Trump. Now, I want you to put up the letter, please. I want you to put up the letter. Let's pop up that letter, and we're going to read through exactly what it says. And I can't believe this. I would never. Let's say that I had this myself. It's not like I would ever want to keep something from you, but I'm not sure that I would release this. Let's say Ryan Routh, for some reason, decided to mail this to our studio. I would never have released this. I would have gone immediately to law enforcement and said, "This is so dangerous. This is so scary. I will give $150,000 to someone who will complete the job." I failed in my mission to murder President Trump. In case anyone was wondering, I've seen, of course, some of the conspiracy theorists on the left say that this guy was just bird watching, that Donald Trump wasn't hit with a bullet in Butler, that he was just hit with a mosquito. It was just mosquito. It was a very bad mosquito. It was one of those West Nile mosquitoes, from down south. That's what clipped his ear, right? It wasn't a bullet. You've seen all these conspiracy theories. It's time to put them all to rest, okay? Time to put them to rest. Here's the letter. The difference between this and Butler is that this man wasn't 19 years old. This man had lived a long and very extensive online life. We know who this person was. We know what they were doing, or at the very least, we were able to construct some type of framework about what Ryan Routh thought, how he acted, and how he behaved, and what his intentions were. And his intentions were to murder President Trump live on camera. He attached a camera to the fence line so that he could murder it and then put it up on the internet. This was the intention. The intention was a on-air execution of President Trump while he was golfing. Now, of course, there is no doubt. The question remains, and of course, we'll ask the former director of Homeland Security, who's on the program today, which is so awesome, Chad Wolf, about all of this and the security failures. Is no one better. President Trump's would-be assassin, Ryan Routh's chilling letter offering $150,000 to those who could finish the job. Donald Trump's would-be assassin, Ryan Routh, wrote a chilling letter admitting he failed in trying to take the life of the former president. Routh also offered $150,000 for anybody who would finish the job, according to the Justice Department. Now, why would the Justice Department release this? This is, of course, the question that is ping-pong balling across social media right now. You haven't released, the Justice Department has yet to release the manifesto of the Nashville shooter who murdered children. The Nashville shooter murdered children and went systematically through a school, targeting a Christian school to murder Christian children. This was, of course, a heinous hate crime. This is, of course, something that can be accelerated via the Civil Rights Act as a hate crime against a targeted specific groups, Christians, who are the most targeted group for hate in America. That is beyond a shadow of a doubt. So stand strong, Christian soldier. They have yet to release the manifesto of that shooter. Why? Well, the official reason from the Justice Department is that it might inspire people to do more bad things. Now, depending on, it doesn't really matter what you think of that opinion. That is what they've said. All right. We can do a totally different show on whether we think that's right or not. Why then would you release this? Is a question. Why would you release this right here? Saying that there's big cash in killing Trump. If you don't release the manifesto of somebody who murdered children, so on the levels, right? The Nashville shooter's dead. They murdered children. It's very important to understand the sick ideology behind that and to ensure that people can protect themselves against it. But they haven't released that because it could cause harm. Yet they released this. Ryan Wesley Routh is still alive. There's not ongoing criminal procedures against the Nashville shooter. The Nashville shooter is dead. Routh is alive, and President Trump is 40 days away from winning an election. Why are they releasing this? We often say on this program, a paraphrase of Elon Musk, that gross negligence with enough people behaving incompetently is indistinguishable from malevolence. This, however, is malevolence. That's just there's the only way to actually dissect this. There is no other way to interpret this. This is pure malevolence. This is the Justice Department stating to all of the people who have had their brains broken over the past 8 years of pure MK Ultra level psyops against President Trump that Donald Trump is Hitler, Donald Trump is Hitler, Donald Trump is Hitler. What wouldn't you do to prevent the next Hitler? And also, you can get rich doing it. This is what the Justice Department is doing right now. The Justice Department is protecting a mass murderer of children, Christian children, in Nashville. They're protecting the mass murderer in Nashville. And they're putting a hit out on Trump. What does that tell you? Are you awake yet? Have you decided to crawl over flaming broken glass to vote for President Trump? If they can do this to Trump, what can they do to you? Who's next, right? Yeah. This is the irreverence they have towards their old boss. Imagine how blackened the system actually is. Imagine how dark it truly is. This is what they're willing to do to President Trump. Let's continue. I'm reading to you from the letter right now. I probably wouldn't have done it if I had been sent this letter because I think that it's too harmful and too dangerous for our president. But since it's out there and since it's very public and since our own Justice Department decided to make it so, it is incumbent upon me. It is my obligation to read it to you. Here we go. This was an assassination attempt on Donald Trump. This is Ryan Routh writing this. I failed you. I tried my best. I gave it all the gumption I could muster. It is up to you now to finish the job. And I will offer $150,000 to whomever can complete the job. It addresses the world, he says, and it ends and said Trump had ended relations with Iran like a child, and now the Middle East is unraveling. Ralph, 58, who had a list of Trump's upcoming appearances and had Googled a route to Palm Beach, Florida, to Mexico, so he was planning on fleeing to Mexico, no doubt to be protected by the cartels that also do not want President Trump to become president again. He's set to appear in federal court on Monday for a detention hearing after the attempted assassination. So the feds are releasing this information, of course, to make sure that they can continue to detain him whilst not cooperating with the Florida investigation. Well, that's quite an interesting conflict of interest there, isn't it? Why wouldn't you be cooperating with Ron DeSantis in his investigation? Why would you be releasing this to the public? Every step is mendacity towards President Trump. Now, this is something very interesting. Do we have that Iranian assassination? We're the only show. We're the only show on earth that will actually show you this. We're the only program on earth, and it's available online. So it's our obligation. You're an adult. You're an adult. You can handle it. It's available online. Isn't this fascinating? That he says that it's Iran is part of the reason why he wanted to kill Trump. Iran. Well, wouldn't you know? The Iranians released a video of President Trump's assassination where a shooter kills him from inside of the golf course bushes in West Palm Beach. West Palm Beach, Florida. Trump's house. Well. Here we go. A shot from the bushes. There's President Trump golfing, and the entire video is somebody from inside of the bushes. It happens to be an unmanned drone, unmanned military drone, going and killing President Trump from inside the bushes. Boy, I wonder where this guy got his cash. I wonder where this individual got the ideas. Pretty interesting. This is called predictive programming. It's when media, someplace, either media on the internet or in Hollywood, predicts something that's about to happen and does so with such cutting accuracy that it leaves you to wonder how pre-planned our current matrix world actually is. How pre-planned the simulation is, in fact. Really is remarkable here. That really stands out. Ahead of that appearance, federal prosecutors submitted a written factual proffer with new details about the day that Ralph tried to assassinate Trump at the West Palm Beach golf course. In addition to outlining the evidence against Ralph, the Justice Department argued that he should remain locked up as the case moves forward. The document reveals that a Secret Service agent was riding the fence line between Trump's course and the public street, one hole ahead of the former president, when he spotted the partially obscured face of a man in the brush along the fence line. The man was ID'd as Ralph. The agent then noticed the rifle barrel sticking through and fired on the suspect. The agent took cover behind a tree and reloaded his weapon, and then looked up, and Routh was gone. Routh was positioned directly on the line of sight on the 6th hole of the green. Trump was playing the 5th hole at the time of the incident. That's how close the president was when he heard the shots fired. Oh, okay. After the agent fired, he witnessed Routh run across Summit Boulevard towards a black Nissan Xterra bearing Florida license plate parked nearby. The witness took photographs of the Nissan and wrote down the last digits of the license plate number. Using that information, local law enforcement could find and arrest Routh. Would Routh, without this witness, who I think was she was an off-duty nurse, without this witness, would Ryan Routh have been at large right now? Would anybody have been able to find him? You know, they caught him like an hour after this. He had driven like 90 miles away. Would he have gotten away? Would Routh have been able to get away? Additionally, with a notebook and dozens of pages filled with names and phone numbers pertaining to Ukraine, discussions about how to join combat on behalf of Ukraine, and notes criticizing the governments of China and Russia. Also in the vehicle were 12 pairs of gloves, a Hawaiian driver's license in Routh's name, and a list of Trump's public appearances in September and October. He also had 6 cell phones. 6 cell phones? Boy, what a treasure trove of information. Who was he talking with? Who was he communicating with? Who was he speaking to? On September 18th, law enforcement was contacted by a witness who said Routh had dropped off a box at his residence several months prior. After seeing news of what happened on the golf course, the witness opened the box. Along with its contents was a chilling letter addressed to the world, where Routh announced his intentions to kill the former president. So this is where we get the letter. That was actually a question of mine. As predicted, and predicted that he would fail, he offered 6 figures, those to complete the task. Everyone across the globe, from the youngest to the oldest, knows that Trump is unfit for anything, much less to be U.S. president or president, must be at a bare minimum embody the moral fabric of America, be kind, caring, and selfless, and always stand for humanity. No, I'm sorry, that's not Rachel Maddow's prompter tonight. That's what Ryan Routh wrote in his suicide letter, bounty letter, offering to kill Trump. Remarkable how it mirrors perfectly the commentary that is the bilge that is pushed out on corporate television every single night about Donald Trump. Read, U.S. presidents must bare minimum embody the moral fabric of America, be kind, caring, and selfless. And remember, must always be defenders of democracy. Our democracy is under threat. Our democracy is under threat. We must put a target on Trump. We have to put a target on Trump. Trump's a threat. Trump is Hitler. What are some of the other things that they've said? The list is endless. We have a supercut that's like 10 minutes long of threats against President Trump, including Stacey Plaskett, who's a fake member of Congress from the Virgin Islands, saying that we need to shoot Trump. She said it. She said the word shoot. She corrects herself. She says we need to shoot Trump. We need to take out Trump. These are what they say. These are the things they say. I don't like Kamala Harris. I think she's a communist. I think she's going to lose badly on election night. I don't like Kamala Harris. Her father's a Marxist. Her mother's a Marxist. I think she wants to bring Marxism to America. I would never speak about her in those terms. Ever. Ever. I would never say those things. And neither would you. I want nothing but peace I tell you, there are some people I really don't like. Some people that I think are here to wreck America and destroy this place for my children. So there's nothing more personal than that. They want my children to go die in a ditch somewhere for the military-industrial complex. I hate these people. I really, really don't like these people. I would never speak about them in these terms. And that is the difference. That's just like the spark of morality that we still have, and you must maintain that. You must grab hold of that. They, on the other hand, literally offer up money and then release the bounty letters to get Trump killed. That's the difference. Wow. The box contained ammunition, metal pipe, miscellaneous building materials, tools, 4 phones, and various letters. This guy was sloppy, dude. This is MK Ultra gone wrong. This guy was sloppy. It's staggering, the sloppiness. Unlike Thomas Crooks, the assassin in Butler, who, as was said on our program last week, if it had just been a body shot, Eric Prince told us this. If it had just been a body shot, Trump would be dead Trump would be dead. If he just aimed for the body and not the head, Trump would be done. Trump would be gone. But he went for the head, and Donald Trump moved, and like the whisper of an angel, that bullet was right by his skull. Rest in peace, please, Corey Compertor. Love and prayers for the family of Corey. So it is a dangerous, dangerous environment that we are living in right now. And the DOJ is seemingly being incredibly reckless in this. Sickeningly reckless. So it is shock. Don Jr. reacting here. Donald Trump Jr. reacting, saying, what the F? Why is Kamala's DOJ publicizing Ryan Ralph putting a bounty on my dad's head? This is Don Jr.'s reaction. This is a really shocking and pretty despicable series of events. I don't know what the possible explanation would be for them to release this. I don't know. Let's check in what our friend Julie Kelly has to say. From this DOJ memo seeking pretrial detention of Ryan Ralph, it appears that Ralph was in West Palm Beach area and near the golf course in Mar-a-Lago several times a month before the attempted assassination. Oh, okay. We were all waiting. Say the line, FBI. Say the line. And then we screamed when they said it. I can't believe. How predictable is it? What kind of simulation are we living? Can you please reset the simulation to 2015? Please? Can somebody get an apology from the overlords? Can we just set the simulation? It's so predictable. The FBI goes, he was on our radar. What was it for? Oh, a weapons charge. He was a felon. Okay. That happened in 2019. Why didn't you arrest him? He's clearly a felon with a weapons charge. Here he is. Here's the weapon, you can see. And here he is stalking West Palm Beach. Ralph traveled from Greensboro, North Carolina to West Palm Beach on Friday, Florida, on August 14th, 2024, August 14th. Wow. Also on the 18th. The FBI examined the SKS rifle recovered from Trump International and found latent fingerprints on it, tape attached to the rifle. Here it is. Finally, we have it in 4K. So he was stalking Trump.